Any health-related information on the following show provides general information only. Content presented on any show by any host or guest should not be substituted for a doctor's advice. Always consult your physician before beginning any new diet, exercise, or treatment program.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Inspired and Empowered Living TV show and podcast. We are live Tuesday mornings at 11 a.m. Eastern on talk4tv.com, w4wn.com, and my YouTube channel. And today we will be continuing where we left off last week. Listening to your heart's truth, part 2. Listening is an essential skill in all areas of your life, especially when it comes to hearing yourself. When you listen to your heart, you are hearing your soul. Discover what your heart is calling you to do and how you can move towards those desires to create an inspired and empowered life. Together, let's create a life you love. I'm your host, Nanci Deutsch, licensed clinical social worker, certified hypnotherapist, and intuitive breakthrough expert. And I combine my counseling, coaching, and intuitive skills to transform your life. This show is not a replacement for therapy or counseling. It is for educational purposes only. And I see that we have Allie in the house. Welcome, Allie. Good morning. So we've been talking about your heart's truth. And as I was tuning in, getting ready for the show, I was getting guided to, first of all, share with you. Last week, we talked a lot about being quiet, quieting the mind, and learning to listen, and becoming consciously aware of what you are thinking and feeling. And when you're in that quiet energy, that's when the messages come through. And your souls really want to speak with you. Your souls are wanting to communicate with you and support you and guide you every step of the way. And that's where your intuition comes in. And when you're listening and you're tuning in to that place where you see or feel or hear or know what your heart is saying, what your soul is saying, you get guided, and you can get guided every step of the way towards a decision that you want to make, towards a life path, towards moving forward, whatever it is you are dreaming about, whatever it is you want to manifest. Know that your soul is wanting to guide you and support you and help you every step of the way. And you are your soul. And very often you get clogged by emotions and thoughts that stop you from hearing and feeling and knowing what your heart's truth is, what your soul is saying to you, or what your soul really wants. So first, let's talk about the three parts of your mind. Now, I put it into three parts so that it's easier to get and listen to. No, they're all connected. We are not just three fragments coming together. We are a whole system. We are a whole being, and I separate these parts to support you in your understanding. And of course, I love your questions. So if you have any questions about anything that you would like to ask, please, of course, ask your questions. So the first part of the mind that I like to talk about is your conscious mind. So when you are being consciously aware, when you're in present time, when you're in that space of awareness, and you're present, you're centered, you can make powerful, powerful decisions from that space of consciousness. Consciousness and your conscious mind brings it all together. So Misty asked, did you say three parts of the heart? No, I said three parts. Thank you for asking that, Misty, actually. I said three parts of the mind, the three minds. And your first mind that we're talking about is your conscious mind. I'm going to tell you which part is connected with the heart, okay? When you're in conscious alignment and you're in this alignment, your head and your heart, your body, mind, and spirit, you're making empowered decisions from a united place. And that is the place you want to be in to make empowered decisions. Now, the part of us that runs on automatic, okay? Every single one of us has it. We are all working on understanding, connecting, becoming more aware of what's going on in your subconscious mind. And your subconscious mind is actually the part that gets activated most of the time. So, okay, I see your question, Mickey, and I will get to that too. So, your subconscious mind is the part of you from the moment you were conceived to present time that has recorded every moment that you've been alive. And it also has your ancestral memories, and resources and past life memories and resources, all in your subconscious mind. And it also has the limiting beliefs and the emotions that affect you every day. The stats are, when I heard this, most people get in reactive mode 95% of the time. So your job is learning to calm that mind, to listen, to know what's being activated, and to know the next step, and which is becoming conscious and asking yourself, what can I do to support myself? Now, Mickey asked, is that the control part of the mind? So that's an interesting question, because the control, and this can work in a different way. It's interesting. When I do hypnosis with people, we can go into what is called the control room, where there's many dials and switches, because your subconscious mind is the part of you that is making your body function without you having to think about it. And it's the part of you that runs on automatic. And when you are now, if you're talking about, and Mickey, you'll let me know if this is what you mean by control, okay? Because you could take that in different ways. When you are feeling that, or you are acting and need to control everything. So if you're a person that needs to control, that is actually, yes, a part of the subconscious mind that is reacting, also called a wounded ego. Because when a person that needs to control, and listen, I want to really remind all of you, okay? We all have certain defenses, we have behaviors, that we're all human. Okay, so each one of us is going to have certain things in order to function in our world. Remember, every moment that you were alive, when you were a kid, you learned, if you learn to have controlling behavior, it's because when you were growing up, you needed some way to survive, so you needed to control your environment, or you needed to maybe control people, or you needed to find ways to cope and take care of yourself. Now, what happens as an adult is that behavior may not serve you anymore. It can get in the way of your relationships, it can get in the way of functioning and being your best self. So, what's the opposite of control? Okay, now here's the thing, it's learning to let go, learning to surrender, learning to trust and have faith. And now I am telling you, that doesn't mean it's an easy task. Okay. Now, most of us have some kind of things that we want to control. I mean, most of us have something that wants to be controlled. Now, the control, so your subconscious mind, all of that is in your subconscious mind. And like I said, your subconscious mind is very powerful. But I also want you to know what's even more powerful is your superconscious mind. Now, Misty's question about the heart. Now, she asked about the three parts of the heart. So, and I said it's the three minds. The heart is connected to the superconscious mind. When you are in your heart's truth, you are connecting to the deeper places within you where your soul is coming through and your heart is expressing the desires of your soul. So when you are wanting to be in that place of your heart's truth, know that it is from the place of the superconscious mind that you can hear, feel, sense, and know your heart's truth. Now, what you want, remember I said the conscious mind is the place where you want to be in alignment. And when you're in alignment, body, mind, emotion, spirit, You're actually in alignment of the three parts of you. They're in harmony. They're working together to support you. So every aspect of you is in a harmonious state to guide you towards your highest and greatest good. And I support you in asking that question. Like if you're not sure of a decision or you're not sure, you can ask, what's for my highest and greatest good? And to, again, so remember the first step is that conscious awareness and learning to quiet the mind. So the second part is the clearing. Now, if you are in that thinking mode, the chatter clear, and you need to clear your energies, then you will want to be able to quiet your mind and to listen. To listen. That's what the clearing is all about. And then you're connecting. And you're connecting to your superconscious. You're connecting to your soul. You're connecting to your higher self. I know I talk about that a lot. This wise, unconditionally loving part of you that's there for the asking. And so your higher self also wants to come through. And when you're in that alignment, body, mind, emotion, spirit, and all of you is in that alignment. And if you have the clogs in your energy field, whether it's emotions or those beliefs that are getting in the way, remember, I've talked about the clouds. I actually talk about it in a couple of different ways. You're this bright, shining light of soul. Your heart is just radiating. It is so powerful. And I don't have the exact stats, but the electromagnetic frequencies that emanate from your heart are stronger than the energies radiating from your brain. That's how powerful your heart is. And that's how powerful the energy of love is. Your heart, your love, when you're in the energy of love, and so how do you know that you're connected with soul? You're connected with soul because you feel that love. You're connected with soul when you feel peace or joy or gratitude. That's how you know you're connected with your soul and your heart. So I'm getting guided. Now, if you're driving, please do not do this now. Come back to this at a later time. You can come back to YouTube, you can come back to iHeartRadio, Spotify, Pandora, Apple, any of the podcasts. So you can listen, but do not do. Usually I'm saying you want to be able to be in it. Okay. So we're going to do a little exercise because I want to see if I can help you connect more deeply with your heart. And so, first thing is if your legs or arms are crossed, you want to make sure your arms, your hands, your legs are all uncrossed. Okay? Because what happens is you want the energy to flow. Okay? So you want the energy to flow through you. That's what we want. When you're in alignment, your energy is flowing. And then so take a deep breath and imagine filling up with light. Imagine or feel, not even imagine, because I don't want you to think it. I want you to feel it. Okay? So feel, take a deep breath, belly breath, your stomach goes out. When you breathe in and imagine, now you can imagine breathing in light. And on the out breath, your belly goes out. Actually, your belly goes in. So on the in breath, okay, you can even put your hands on your belly, because I always like to do that. It always helps me remember. So on the in breath, you're imagining light. You're breathing in light. And as you breathe in, if your hands are on your belly, feel your belly going out. And as you breathe out, you feel your belly going in, and the light is being released. Any energy you're ready to let go of is releasing in the out breath. Okay? So again, you're going to take another deep breath in, breathing in the light, and your belly's going out. And then on the out breath, your belly goes in, and you're releasing any energy you're ready to let go of. And that's just a simple, so listen to the sound of my voice and become aware. Become aware of your heart. Become aware of what you're noticing in your body. Noticing if you are feeling more relaxed, if you're feeling maybe more in touch with your heart. Noticing what's going on for you. And ask, is there a message that my heart wants me to know today? And see what comes. Or feel it, know it, sense it, hear it, or maybe you'll get a vision. Now, you may get an answer now, or you may get an answer later. And this is a process. And you can use it for a longer period of time that you can use to help you begin or continue to listen to your heart. And this is about learning to trust the messages that you're receiving. Now, also, I want to let you know the messages from your heart, from your soul, are going to be positive messages. Okay? They're going to inspire you. And what I'd love to hear is if anybody would like to share any experiences that happened for me that happened for you when you did that, or if there's any questions that came up, and if you got a message that you would like to share. So the messages that come are messages of love and inspiration. Now, there are times when your heart knows, and this is one of the big things that may happen for you, is that if there is a situation that you're in a place where you're not sure, but there's a part of you that knows maybe you need to leave it or somehow transform it. It depends on what's going on. Now, if you need to leave it, you may have fear come up but because there may be actions you need to take to make that happen, whether it's leaving a relationship or leaving a job or leaving an experience or leaving behind something. I mean, even though it could be well, I will tell you, your soul is guiding you for the best, the highest good, your best good. But that doesn't mean that you may not have fear in the moment, because it's an unknown. You may have to go through certain experiences before you get to where you want to go. And that may not always be easy. But there's this knowing inside of you, your heart is calling you to do it. I'm going to give you an example, okay? I will share with you. From a very young age, I always had this feeling that I wanted to make a difference. I wanted to change people's lives and help people. And I shared last week about speaking and how that evolved, and being on the show and having the show. And now I'm being guided to build. I'm in building. I do my oracle cards, and I got building blocks. So I know that I'm in building. And that doesn't mean that I'm not in fear about what I have to do or what needs to be done in order to be in building mode. Okay, so it's exciting, and it's going to also be scary. So I'm sharing that I have excitement about the future, because I know that as I build, I'll be able to help more and more people, and that I'll be making a bigger difference. And the people that I'm helping, including all of you who are listening or watching this show, are part of that. Because when you feel better, when you feel more inspired and empowered, you help make a better world. You bring that energy with you to help transform this world. So thank you for being part of that. Really, that me and spirit really appreciate you. So just wanted to let you know. So, and part of the building is doing these classes called master classes. They're free virtual master classes. And I have one coming up this Thursday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. And it's called Freedom and Fulfillment. 3 steps to boost your income in your soul-aligned business. And like I said, it's this Thursday, September 12th at 7:30 p.m. And during the master class, you're going to learn how to break free from limiting beliefs. You will learn how to tap into your intuition, and you will learn how to get into action. And so join us for the master class this Thursday. And Rebel, could you put the link? It's inspired and empowered living.com/masterclass. Again, inspired and empowered living. The name of the show, .com/masterclass. MASTER CLASS. And so I would love to see, hope you can join us. Rebel, can you put the links in the chat, please? And looking forward to having you there. So that's what happens when, so we have the masterclass link. I think you have it. There you go. Yeah. All right. So anybody who wants to grab that and join us, and looking forward to having you there. Okay. So this is all about being in that alignment. And the more and more that you can be in the alignment, the more you can, and the easier it is to manifest. When you're in the alignment, again, you're in the feelings of peace or love or joy or gratitude. And having gratitude for all that you're manifesting, all that's coming to be. And Mickey, I just wanted to make sure when you asked about if I answered your question, let me know. And Misty, hopefully I answered your question. And if you have any others, or if anybody else, you know I love to answer those questions. And so the next step is really to, when you, and I also would love to hear that if anybody received any messages. Now, I know we did a very quick tuning in, coming in, and some of you may need more time to quiet that mind of yours. And believe me, we all have a very active thinking mind in our society. I think that's one of the biggest issues that most people have is the mind chatter, the thinking. So becoming conscious and becoming aware of that mind chatter, and then breathing into it and doing what you can do to clear your energy. Now, let's talk about clearing and ways that you can clear. Now, I know that I talked about the breathing and the breath work and meditation. And there's also, it's learning. It could be journaling. Some of you like to journal. So learning how to move with the energy. Okay, so here's the thing. You want to move energy through your body. Okay, so if you are noticing that you're in thinking mind, okay, and you're in the mind chatter, you want to move the energy through your body. Now, I know we got a question. The question is it hard to differentiate between the chatter and the thoughts at times? Okay. So when there is a difference, okay? And I also want you to know that when you're working on calming your mind and quieting your mind, you may notice thoughts floating by like clouds. You may notice, but the energy feels different than when you're in the mind chatter. And the way that I describe it, the way that it feels to me, mind chatter, I call it the spins. And you're like in this, and you're like, and sometimes it can be almost like this panicky feeling or this intense, like, or anxiety, or it's the thoughts can be obsessive, and you're like spinning where the mind chatter in your mind is going, and you're like, this is exhausting, and but you don't know how to stop it. That is different than thoughts floating in and out of your mind. And also the type of thoughts is also important to notice and be conscious and aware. So if you're in the mind chatter, what I was talking about was moving the energy through your body would be a really helpful thing for you to do. So you can use exercise or yoga or, like I said, journaling. If you're in mind chatter, some of you may be able to meditate, but very often when you're in mind chatter, it may be very hard to just quiet your mind, just thinking, quiet your mind. Okay. So there's going to be some type of physical action that I am going to support you in doing to quiet the mind. Now, that physical action could be using your breath, because breath can really help. It could be exercising. It could be journaling and writing and writing. It could be doing some other kind of perhaps healing work. There's EFT, which is the emotional freedom technique. It's the tapping. So the object is to get out of the mind chatter. Now, you may never totally be free from thoughts. And a few shows ago, we talked about that still point. The still point. And sometimes that still point it's even a moment where everything is quiet. Most of us don't hang out in still point. After a healing, I see the question coming in. Thanks. From Anastasia. I will definitely, I'll get to that shortly. So really, you want to be able to move the energy. Okay. And that will help you. Now, Anastasia, hopefully I'm saying your name right. Anastasia. Okay. Like distraction for ourselves. Okay. So 2 things. Sometimes distraction can be the best thing you can do for yourself. It's distracting you from, like, for example, let's say you want to eat healthier and you're craving sugar and you're thinking, oh, sugar. The thoughts, a distraction may be to go outside and have a walk, which is a healthy choice, or to turn on music, which could also is a healthy choice. So a distraction can be healthy, a healthy distraction. Okay. And that can be really helpful and really helpful for you to quiet your mind or to support you in calming down. Now, an unhealthy distraction will be eating the sugar or having doing something that could be destructive. And here's the thing, everything it depends. Okay, so I really want to put this with, depending on who you are and what you need, there is something where moderation is a good thing. But I also want to support you that if you are in a program, do not use your distraction that you use for the reason that you're in a program, like alcohol or gambling or sex or love or whatever it is. Okay. That's really important. So I really want to make that really clear. That would be an unhealthy distraction. So distraction is real possibility, and it could really be helpful for you to support you in taking care of yourself, going outside for a walk and being in nature. Maybe you're in the energy of, okay, so I need, like you're in that mind chatter, or you need to take a walk and get outside. So, really important. Again, healthy distractions are here to support you and help you. Okay. So, now I know a question came in and from Misty. And so, what I want to say, I'm going to wait to answer that question next week. Okay, Misty. So, I have the question. Rebel's going to get me the questions. I will definitely answer it next week. Okay. So, because today we talked about becoming conscious, letting go of the mind chatter, clearing your energy in ways like, it could be meditation, but it may be taking a walk, exercising, journaling, breathing. Breathing is always good. And just really allowing yourself to do what you need to do to find a way to calm yourself down so that you can hear, feel, sense, or know what your heart and what your soul is wanting you to do, is guiding you to do. I like that better, guiding you, because you are being guided. Those of you who are listening or viewing the show, thank you for being here, because I believe that you're being guided. And I see another question came in from Country Corners. We will get to that next week. Okay, so thank you for the questions. You know I love them, and I will definitely be getting to them next week. Okay, so more inspired and empowered living next week. And we will answer your questions next week. And I want to remind you, we have the masterclass, the free virtual masterclass this Thursday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Freedom and Fulfillment, 3 steps to boost your income in your soul-aligned business. And that's at inspiredandempoweredliving.com/masterclass. And it's for women who want to really grow their business or practice. And I really want to wish you all an inspired and empowered day. And remember, you can always tune in to the show on YouTube, and we're on iHeart, Spotify, Pandora, Apple, Amazon, and more. And I look forward to seeing you and hearing from you next week. And I wish you all an inspired and empowered week. Have a great one, everybody. Bye for now.